Hi, this is Edward Troxel. In the previous tutorial, we talked about the differences between a .cs file and a .dll file, and generally speaking, those with forms you need to distribute as a .dll file. But let's say that you really wanted to pass out something that had a form as a .cs so that the people could edit it after they received it. Can this be done? Well, it turns out the answer is yes. So let's take a look at that. Here we have the render script. There's been a couple of modifications made since I did the tutorial, but it has two files. It has the form1.cs and then it has the form1designer.cs. And notice this says partial class form1, and this one up here says partial class form1. And so that's indicating that both of these are partial files, but they're all part of the same piece. One thing we can do if we wanted to make these into one file is I can actually take everything in this partial class and highlight it, and then I can cut this, and then I can come over to form1. I'll just go down to the bottom, and we want to go right here, and I can paste this. Now everything will still work. Everything is now in this one file, and I can just distribute this form1.cs or just copy and paste this entire code, and somebody else can copy it into Notepad, and they will be able to run this full script without error. There is one issue though. Suppose that we came into the designer here and we wanted to add another checkbox to the screen. Well, I can do this right here, and when I come in here, everything looks okay, but if I come over to this form1.designer, you'll see the variable actually got added to the second file. So I would need to come in, cut that, and go back here, go down to the very bottom, and paste that right here. And then everything would work again as expected by sending just this one file. So just because we have a form doesn't mean that we can't distribute it as a single .cs file. It's a little more difficult when you're wanting to make changes, and we could get rid of the two partial ones and make one of them the whole thing, but honestly, generally speaking, you're better off just compiling it as a DLL file. But in some cases, you may want to just copy and paste the code, say, into the form and let anybody be able to run it. And so this is a way that you can just add the form code into the main script code and be able to distribute it with just plain text. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future tutorials. And like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Please sign up at www.JETDV.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.